With all of this being said, I am super stressed and I can really see the light. I can see the light and I'm reaching for it. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I am Quinn. I'm a fourth year PhD student candidate and I'm getting my PhD in applied mathematics, systems modeling and analysis. My concentration is mathematical biology, and I started this series, Dissertation Diaries, to document this final year of grad school as I actually write my dissertation, so that we have some more knowledge about what the heck a dissertation is and how it comes to be. I also just feel that this is a very transformative year, and I wanted to document how I go from candidate to mathematical professional. If you have not seen them already, I've already done 2 episodes, Dissertation Diaries episodes 1 and 2. This is episode 3. If you don't know what happens in these videos, let me tell ya. So the first thing we're going to go over is funding. How am I being funded for this semester and the upcoming semester? What is my research? What is my dissertation project chapters? How is each chapter going? And what am I doing to improve those chapters or complete them? And then job hunt. I am in my last year. What jobs do I want to get? How am I planning on getting them? What steps am I taking for that? And then the last section is the mental health. How am I feeling? Is there any burnout? Am I excited? How am I managing stress, etc.? I go over these 4 sections every video. You have updates for each of these sections for yourself. Please comment them down below. Thank you. So a quick recap, I have been funded this semester by a graduate teaching assistantship contract. So I have been teaching undergraduate students math for my job, like my job has been instructing. And I've been funded in many different ways throughout the school years. And if you want to know about that, that's in the very first episode. Also for this semester, I've completed my first chapter of my literature review that is currently being reviewed by my PIs. My second chapter is what I've been working on this semester. It's an ODE model. And then as far as the job hunt is going, I'm personally looking for a job in government or industry or somewhere that is focused on doing modeling with real life data. I want to get more hands-on experience. And then as far as my mental health is going, about this past semester, I've been very excited about my work getting we got the NIH grant. If you want to hear about that, in my last episode, episode 2, that really reinvigorated my interest in my project. But I've also been feeling incredibly challenged by all of the work. So that's a recap of what has been going on. Here we are for the update section. Let me get a little comfy, because y'all know I'm a talker. Y'all know I'm a talker. You know I'm a talker. All right, first section is funding. Right? So I have been funded this semester, fall 2022, that's August through December 2022, through a GTA, a graduate teaching assistantship. I have been instructing about 30 to 35 undergraduate students in algebra with applications, which is essentially like a very, very big level math modeling class. For A, what is A? And that is what I've been doing to get paid. That is in my job. I've done that. I've had office hours. I've had tutoring hours, like help center hours. And that is how I've been funded this semester. Next semester, however, I'm going to be funded by the NIH HEAL grant. If you see me looking down, I have my tablet notes right here. And we applied for it for our sickle cell project, my chapter 2 project, and that is what will be supporting me through next semester and next summer. My responsibilities next semester as a research assistant again will just be to complete my work, check in with my advisor with actual done updates, and not just, yeah, I'll do this every week, as my job will be to get work done and not just teach. So that's how I'll be funded in the spring. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I think I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. So my dissertation does not yet have a title, right? Because we are still forming the chapters. However, it has an introduction and 3 chapters. The introduction has yet to be written. Great. The first chapter is a literature review of sickle cell disease mathematical models that has been written and is being reviewed by my PIs. The second chapter is my current project that we're working on. I'm in an interdisciplinary research group with psychologists, mathematicians, statisticians. We're all working together using pediatric sickle cell patient data to predict their pain. And that is what the second chapter is about. It's an article or like the exposition of what has been happening. So we have some preliminary results, but again, those are just preliminary results. So we're still looking for better fits. This semester, I've spent time doing the code, trying different optimization routes that has looked at reformatting the data, normalizing certain sections, and editing the ODE. So that is currently what we're working on right now. I'm in the last 2 weeks of the fall semester. Our current task for this month is to finish editing the ordinary differential equations system. So right now there are 4 equations that are being used to create the model, and we want to tweak one, and we are potentially maybe adding a 5th one if that will help. So now we're going through and trying to expand the ODE to incorporate more into it to see if that is why we aren't capturing some dynamics in our prediction. What it looks like for me is going through patient data and making assumptions about what's missing. That looks like going through some new class notes. It also looks like reading more literature. I've been reading more literature about ways to accurately quantify sleep and how do you quantify sleep quality. Just re-going over the literature, adding more stuff to make sure that we are covering our bases. I mean, no model is perfect, as all modelers know, but there could be something that we are missing that the literature might already have solved. And the goal for this chapter is to be done by the end of the year, and I fully believe it's possible. That is the objective, and that is what's gonna happen. If not, you will see in episode 4 what did happen. Amen. The rule for my department is that I must propose at least 3 months before I graduate. So if I graduate in May, I must propose at least in February. And in order to propose, I need to have the results of this chapter and a 3rd chapter outlined. January is next month, which leads us to chapter 3. So chapter 3 was originally going to be a collaboration, and that fell through. But more recently, I discussed with my advisor having chapter 3 be different from chapter 2, not dependent upon the results of chapter 2, just so that I can work on these things simultaneously instead of one being after the other. That way, hopefully, I can be done quicker. Amen. And she liked that idea. So, and what I want to do for chapter 3, I want to make an ODE model looking at more of the physiological processes happening in sickle cell disease. Right now, we're looking at patient pain and sleep, and these are self-reported things with very little actigraphy data. Whereas I would like to create a model that's looking at some kind of internal mechanisms, modeling a systemic issue inside sickle cell disease that can be addressed with either drugs or intervention. So that's what I want the 3rd chapter to be, but that was very vague, right? So in order to complete an outline for my 3rd chapter, I need to find some data. All models have to be validated using real world data, and if there is nothing to build upon, you can't really make a model. So the first step is to find the data, any kind of sickle cell study that looked at blood or markers. And then I want to look and see, based on what data is out there, what kind of models have been used to model data like this. If there is only data available for blood, what kind of math models have been looking at blood to quantify, etc., etc. And then once I have the data and I have any kind of literature models that have been modeling that, I can then take that information and create a model of my own on this new data. And that's when the formulation comes in and the testing, simulating, analyzing, right? So all of that is essentially the full process of creating a dissertation project, and that has to be outlined by the end of December. So I hope to have the data found, I hope to have a preliminary model made, and I hope to have an introductory outline of like what this paper for the 3rd chapter will cover by the end of this month as well, along with finishing my 2nd chapter. With this as a goal, I would be able to propose in January, complete the 3rd chapter in the spring of 2023 while I as a research assistant, and graduate by May 2023. That is my current plan. That is what I will make happen, and if that is not what I make happen, if life throws me something or if I throw me something, we will continue to talk about it in these diaries. And that is my research. On to the next section, the job hunt. All right, so as I've said before, I'm interested in a government or industry or lab related job where I am using real world data to do more mathematical modeling. I'm interested in hands-on practice and more training in mathematical research. Because of that, I am looking for any like straight on entry-level jobs. I am now also recently looking at fellowships and industrial postdocs that allow for more training. I have found some potential fellowships and postdocs that I might be interested in that could give me this training that I am looking for. So I've begun preparing my application materials. So that means updating my CV. I added an objective to my CV. I updated my website. I added more sections to it to really represent me as a full person and not just as a mathematics person. I also have been signing up for more roles on like committees and such. I recently spoke at the Field of Dreams conference on a how to succeed in graduate school panel, just networking all over the place. And there is more networking to be done in the spring. And these are just all the things I am doing to prepare for my job hunt. Also, something I'm doing is reaching out to people at the jobs I'm interested in for potential help. I've been reaching out to people who have those fellowships to see what they did and how they applied and what suggestions they have and how they like the environment there, and etc, and seeing if they don't like it, if they have any suggestions. I'm also reaching out to previous grads from my program and seeing what jobs they applied for when they graduated. And again, similar questions. I have started taking all of that rather seriously now that it is December and the graduation is in the next 6 months. I am networking, and I am also going to update my profile on math jobs and SciAm and all of those other things to make sure that I'm not just looking out, that if anyone is looking for me, when they find me, they have all of the details they need. So just want to make sure that I am market ready, essentially, all of my things, and that's what I'm doing this December as well. A lot of the fellowship applications are due by the end of January. If I haven't heard back about these fellowships by May, I will know if I need to apply for other jobs in training. So I believe the timeline just works itself out if it all goes according to God's plan. Amen. So with that being the plan, the next section, mental health. What am I excited about? What am I stressed about? How am I keeping myself together mentally? What tools am I using to avoid burnout if I am not already burnt out? Right. So what I'm excited about. I'm excited about this almost being over. I'm excited about it almost being over. It seems so close and real to being over that I'm excited about that, because I don't like not making a lot of money and I don't like the politics of academia. So the sooner that I can finish this degree and go into the real world with the real money, I will be ecstatic. So I'm excited about that. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to the answers that I will hopefully find. I want to get my results for my 2nd chapter. I want to see what I create for my 3rd chapter. I'm excited about that. I am so excited for the results of those things. I'm excited to be done teaching. I'm excited to be done teaching. I'm excited about the free time that's going to come from not teaching. How about that? Let's term it that way. I'm excited about being able to focus on my research and myself and my personal goals in the spring, now that I will have that time freed up from teaching. However, with all of this being said, I am super stressed because that is honestly a really tight timeline that I have put myself on. Have I put myself on it? Perhaps. because the average graduation time in our program is 4.5 years, so it would not be unusual for me to not graduate until December. However, that's not the plan. So it's a very tight schedule and I am quite stressed about it. Yeah, I just feel an intense amount of pressure that I put on myself to do this, because I know that I can do it. So yeah, like, not in a bad way. I mean, kind of in a bad way, but not in a bad way. Like I said, all of the worst case scenarios still end with me as Dr. Jones. So I'm really fine with whenever I graduate, but I do have this goal in mind and I really want to stick to it, and that pressure is something that I feel, and I am trying to use it to motivate me. And if at any point it becomes too much, I'm gonna let it go. right? I'm also feeling extreme tunnel vision, friends. Honestly, what I'm doing personally is I'm trying to cut off any connections that are drains for me, so that I can spend all of my time and focus on my personal goals, my graduation, my fitness goals, my YouTube goals. Like, anything that's not contributing to those things is going out of my focus, and I'm going to full tunnel vision mode on Dr. Jones things. I'm so sorry if you keep hearing the traffic coming through my neighborhood. My apologies. I'm in full tunnel vision mode right now. Like, I'm just lifting to get all my anger and stress out. I'm doing my cardio for my heart health. Because I'm cutting out so much like socializing time in order to get this work done, I am refilling my time with reaction videos. I love reaction videos, and it's like you're spending time with another person even though you're not. Gotta love parasocial relationships. So I'm spending my time with that, and then I am just, you know, leaving my stress also through any form of self-expression, through like dancing. I'm going to start taking hopefully a pole class in the spring, stuff like that, to really keep myself entertained but also focused. So that's my plan. You know, I'm still getting community, still getting stuff done. Lifting has really been a godsend for me right now. There's just a certain strength that lifting has been giving me, that has been carrying me through trying to accomplish this work, because it is difficult work. It's difficult work, and there's a lot I don't know, and that can get to me sometimes. But when I go to the gym and I lift that heavy shit and I'm able to do it for as long as I am, I'm reminded that I can do anything I want. I'm an incredibly capable person, and I'm going to take advantage of that for as long as I can, for as long as I am. So yes. All right, y'all, that is it for episode 3 of Dissertation Diaries. We've gone over research, we've gone over funding, we've gone over the job hunt and mental health, and honestly, I am just so excited that this is happening, that I'm still doing this PhD stuff. If I've not said it before, I have wanted to quit every semester of this program, and honestly, every semester has had its challenges. This semester's challenge has been teaching and time management and personal growth, and it's been a tough one, but I'm still persevering, I'm still going through, and I'm closer than ever to my goal. And it's only the beginning, you know. All of this is only the beginning, and I'm starting to really feel that excitement. I can really see the light. I can see the light, and I'm reaching for it with all my might. Amen. So yes, thank y'all so much for tuning in to episode 3 of Dissertation Diaries. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you have any questions, I'm really hoping to do a Q&A for either episode 4 or 5 of Dissertation Diaries about anything related to graduate school. How I applied, where I applied, what I applied for, how it has been in the program, funding, math tools, any resources, mental health, living in Richmond, choosing where to live, how to figure out what job you want, potential job options as a math person. Any questions about any of that for Dissertation Diaries episode 4 or 5, please leave them in the comments below, or at my Instagram, or at my TikTok. Please let me know. Also, if you're also getting any kind of graduate degree, where you are and what you're looking forward to for the next semester, and how we can support each other to make sure that our goals happen. We're building this community, and I want to know how y'all are doing the way I'm telling y'all how I'm doing. So yeah, comment down below. Anyway, y'all, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see y'all in the next episode with some more updates. See you in my next video. Bye.